Um, don't be on camera. So, aloha, Sayuri. What I'm going to be talking today is something a little bit different that I haven't touched on at all, and it's Google Notebook LM. And it is one of the other AI platforms by Google. And they created it more for an educational platform, but I think it's pretty cool for stuff other than education to use it in your business. So we're basically making a, are the faces blocking the screen? Can you guys see the whole PowerPoint? Okay. If you can't see something, let me know. Okay. So we're going to make Google Notebook LM your personal BNI brain or your brain for anything that you want. The thing that I really like about Google Notebook LM is how it integrates YouTube videos. So it used to be you went and you had to sit through YouTube videos. If you got a little bit better with them, you would copy and paste the transcript and then search for exactly what you needed on how to fix X, Y, or Z. Because that's what most of the time I did YouTube studying is when I needed to know this, but they talked about this. So, what if you could learn what you needed in an efficient manner from YouTube without having to watch all the videos? And that's what I'm going to show you after I talk a little bit more with the slides. Because I send out the slides too. That way you guys can copy and paste this and put it into AI and ask it questions, which is basically what we're going to do with Google Notebook LM. So use it as a digital assistant. It can make quizzes if you're using it to study. It does overviews. It can make for you. It creates a podcast out of stuff. So if you're looking to take 10 BNI podcasts and wrap them all into one, you can put them in Google Notebook LM and it'll make you a master podcast. And then if there's things about it that you're like, well, that sounded interesting, you can go back and it's created a small language learning model on that topic that you can start having questions with it. So if you're recording your one-to-ones or you've got Google Meets that puts everything into a document that it transcribes your calls, you can put it into uh, a Google Notebook LM where you can ask questions. Hey, what's my biggest ask on my one-to-one calls? Oh, go over my one-to-one calls. What am I missing? So you can use it as a tool to get better on your one-to-one calls if you're when you put either the videos or the transcripts of your calls in there. And, you know, that's what we're all about with AI, saving time. Get it fast. It's McDonald's for understanding your life. So it's a note-taking tool and a research tool. Um, I've been playing a lot with Perplexity lately, and it definitely, when I was building this out for this class, I think it rivals Perplexity, but what I liked about it, it was like you were putting your own content in there. So you're making your own research database with stuff that you know is true, that you're looking at. Um, Like one thing I thought about it when I was playing was like, oh, this would have been great when I was doing life insurance. I could have taken all of the different handbooks and put it in there and had a discussion with the AI. Oh, what's the best life insurance product for diabetes? So that's like one use case for a work scenario. And it takes, you can even put MP3 files in there. So besides your YouTube videos, it does listen. It does not take MP4s though. It doesn't do that. So if you want an MP4, you need to put it in YouTube first, make it public, and then it will process that. So again, like I was saying, it reads the transcripts, it auto generates the guides, and gives you instant insight. I was shocked about it. Said, "Oh, make sure you load everything up like 45 minutes before you do the class." So I put everything in there and it was done instantaneously. And then it was asking to go out and do more research based on what I had programmed it to do. So one-to-one notes, member profiles. So you're wondering about maybe gains profiles, who would be your best referral partners, put their a link to their BNI gains profiles off of the public website or BNI in there. Uh, they've sent you a PDF, but the PDF's in there. So now you're creating basically a database for everyone you've ever done a one-to-one with to be able to quickly refer people in your network. And for education, like I'm going to show you what I did with all of the BNI AI recordings. And then I found some other AI stuff that other BNI people had done and put it in the one folder. And now it's basically a repository for BNI AI stuff. And the nice part is you can share these notebooks with other people. So I'll share it with all of you in the comment section, and I'll have Benjamin email it out too. So you'll all have a copy of the notebook. And if I find some other stuff I can from AI that has to do with BNI, I can put it in there. And every time I do one of these calls, I put it on YouTube, I can add it to there. So it'll just get smarter and smarter about how you can use AI to expand your business, your BNI networking. So we've basically talked about this, prepping for your one-to-ones, weekly presentations, record your presentations and put it in there, um, and have it give you some feedback, because if you record it, it can listen to your presentation and give you feedback. But you can basically do that with any of the language learning models these days. What I really like this for is putting in all of your own information, and you can put up to 300 different things in there, whether it's YouTube videos, PDFs, links to other websites, and you've created your own AI basically. So I'm going to do a live demo. And we're going to see this in action. Yay. As I'm switching over to the other for the live demo, does anyone have any questions? Or you just want to see the live demo and then ask a bunch of questions?
Sure.
And I'm really glad that we are doing um, Google today because OpenAI has been down most of the day. They had some kind of catastrophic failure. So, okay, it looks like so you can see here on the sources everything I have put in here. And some of it is things that it recommended when I put sources in after I put my AI stuff in there. I looked on YouTube to find some other BNI AI stuff. Um, where'd it go? When I hmm. So I don't know what happened in the in between, but right up here when I was building this, it let me put in more sources. So we can ask it what happened, why it's not letting me put in more sources. But oh, I went down. So here you can add more stuff, whether it's a Google Doc, goes up to 300, website, YouTube, copy, text, upload from your computer, like I said, an audio file. But this is what I really liked is based on everything you have in here, it will also go out and find other things. How to expand my BNI or my business using BNI and AI. And anyone who's ever seen one of these things, you absolutely know my spelling is atrocious and AI gets it every time. So it speaks Heather. So there's a couple of other things it found in here. So some of the Bank Negra and I think there's also a bank called BNI. So this could be some confusion with this. So I would definitely put in so this Reddit, I'm gonna kill all this stuff that's probably banking, official podcast. Forbes, the more from Reddit. So now you're getting stuff that maybe you wouldn't have found on your own, but you gave it a starting point to look for stuff. And this is where you start asking questions. So I'm having trouble finding my power team in BNI Hawaii. Do you have any ideas to help me with that? And the nice part was, um, it took it straight from all of this. This was a one of our BNI AI. Obviously, the transcription is not that great either, their spelling. But when they summarize it, it then its spelling is great. How do I talk to strangers about BNI? Because like that's always something that I struggle with. Hey, you want to come to my BNI group? It's definitely a lot easier just saying it's just a networking thing. You put it on LinkedIn or some other places. But I'm like, okay, let me see, what are their solutions for this? And I have talked about this. People put their business cards in all sorts of places. They want to be found. They're not hiding. So take that and take a picture of it, and it will pull that information, putting it into a CSV file, making it easier for you to research their company. So you could, with tools like Perplexity or something like this, to build a custom email saying, hey, um, you've been a banker in Hawaii for 10 years, and this is how BNI could help you. So now you're just not taking their name and their business. You've had the AI research that person a little bit. I like Perplexity because it tells you where it pulled the information from. And when you click on it, it says uh, that person, and it puts like their LinkedIn profile or their website. So you know it's the Heather Duraco you're looking for and not the Heather Duraco that's a chiropractor in Maine. Um, so, and this does the same thing. So it's taking from here and it's indexing it for you. So it's making it easier for you to take information that you have given it personally, and it cites it. Does anyone have I mean, these are the questions that, how can Perplexity aid research? What is BNI GPT? That was in one of the podcasts. How can AI enhance emails? I feel like I talked about that. Does anyone have something off the cuff they want me to put in here? Kind of stump the AI chump.
Um, how about ways in which we've used AI? It's people can get ideas from that. So I've used a couple of things. One with you and an image retrieval, not retrieval, image generation AI that I've used a couple of times, and I use that stuff for the patent and the that geometric idea. So I'm just thinking maybe we can make it a database of that. So people can draw upon that as as useful or not. I don't know, but might be something.
Absolutely. And for all the research that you've done, David, I would absolutely build another notebook because this is really specialized to BNI and
Mm,
AI. So if we
right,
just
right.
ask a random AI question, I don't think we're going to get a great answer back.
Yeah,
For
fair enough.
um, how about this is something that I have heard a lot. My chapter is down to I'm going to use Luana, so I'm not picking on anyone. My chapter is down to 8 people. Can AI help me grow my chapter? So now it's also drawing from what we asked it before and the sources. So this is very similar. We already went through this. Identifying power teams, personalized invitations and outreach, which is always nice. Then it goes into using AI voice agents, but that means you need a voice agent in your CRM to have it reach out to people. Of note, unless someone opts in to, or it's a B2B, never use AI voice agent for cold calling because it is absolutely against the rules. Like you could get in, if you get one of those people that love just to do lawsuits, that's one waiting to happen. Um, and then member effectiveness, helping you do your scripts. And this was something in one of the podcasts. So whatever podcast this came from about it wasn't something that I knew about before I had gone and listened to that for the lowest common denominator. But here it explains it a little bit more. And if you're looking through this and you're like me and don't remember, you can ask, like, oh, data privacy. What is LCD? So it's coming down to the smallest possible ask to really pinpoint your ask for the week. So again, so this is great if you've got a lot of stuff that you're researching and you just want to throw everything in there, ask a couple of questions. I'm not going to create a audio overview, but you absolutely can. You generate it and you can even talk to and it basically creates a podcast and you can talk back and forth to the podcast. The other thing is it creates a study guide, a briefing document, timelines, and FAQs from here. And I did press the buttons for all of this. And what I found uh, that was really great, um, is it this one? So this one basically created a paper for this. So I don't know when you would present a paper on all of this, but if you have a student at home, that could be amazing. Save them a lot of time on the research and putting it together. Um, then this is the timeline from all of the things I put in here. So this was one of the podcasts going down to some of the stuff I talked. So, and then the cast of characters. This I thought was really interesting for me or for somebody else. If you're recording your stuff and you're putting your notes in there, what it did, because it took people who I mentioned, David Rodriguez on one of the early ones, he's done a lot with AI. So that got recorded in the transcript and it's put it in here. So Patty asked me about using AI tools for her 10-minute presentation. So as all of this stuff is in here, this is like perfect for me to go back and say, oh, maybe these are some people that I need to follow up with. So as you're putting your notes in here from one-to-ones that you've had, um, you can go in here and start asking, like, who from the cast of characters might need help with AI. Eh, no, I don't know who the emotional employee of Red New Plan is, but Reddit user. Maybe I need to troll Reddit for AI customers. I don't even remember who Greg was. So anyway, um, obviously much better here. It giving you a really good summary um of who was around from here that you might want to follow up with. And then again, some more notes that it can create for you based on the research. And then a quiz. So if you're using this with, I don't know, maybe even something that we could use in a coffee hour. Hey, where Benjamin puts out quiz questions. I know in some meetings we have, if we put a bunch of podcast episodes, quiz for BNI that it can create for you. And then it's also got the answer keys down here. So while this isn't specifically on how to run your business, I really think it could be fun for a chapter stimulant. You could put some stuff in here. Uh, but yeah, it is just a really uh, amazing tool. I'm going to copy the link and put it in the chat. And yeah, oops, chat went away. Any question? Oh, it's a very long link. Ideas, things you want to try out on the call while I'm still here. We have half an hour to brainstorm, have ideas. Is
So
that
you said this is Google's LLM?
yes. This is Google. Let me see if I can go to the front page for you guys. So it's welcome to Google Notebook LM, which is different from its Gemini program. So Google has oh, Gemini, which is just like ChatGPT, and it's got a deep research in there that no thanks. So their images have gotten a lot better. They can also do some pretty cool videos in their VEO 3, which is sort of like OpenAI Sora. So if you're ever looking to create some short form videos, it's great for that. But when you do deep research, basically it also gives you a pretty well annotated paper. So, but it's going out and searching. This I really like um, because you can. So for this, I was working on a project for Lee, and I put, oh, there was only one. I think this was before it got really good with the what you call it, the links. So I was just cutting and pasting podcasts to create basically classes for her people. I don't even remember doing a dating one. So obviously, whatever your heart's desire is, you can come in here and create it. This was a class I was doing. I was putting some of the recordings in here to help me with it. So, like my tagline says, the only limit of AI is your imagination. Any other questions? And stop sharing, and then we can see each other's faces. I will actually stop the